you today, Marcus?
You know, I'm doing well. It's been a busy day, but I'm well. How are you?
I'm sure it has been. I mean, I've been pretty good. It's
Okay,
cold
good.
outside.
Yeah.
But really what I'm most concerned about is what we could be seeing this weekend. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so we are talking about a big winter weather event impacting us this weekend. We want people to take it seriously. This could potentially be more impactful than what we saw January 2022. Wow. So if you remember that, we saw the airport was closed in Monroe. We saw a lot of ice on the roadways, and we're looking at that through the weekend, and even more so snow too. So a little bit of everything on the way.
Absolutely. And I mean, that can be pretty impactful if you're planning on driving or anything like that. So it's extra important that you stay up to date with all of our apps and things like that we have the weather app.
Yeah, we'll have you covered on our website, on our app. We'll be doing updates on streaming. Even during the event, we'll be doing updates on television and on streaming. This is a big deal, and we want people to take it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, we aren't seeing that wintry weather quite yet, are we?
No. It's actually been a pretty nice winter day for us. We've seen a lot of sunshine today, and as we take a look at our Creative Creek Tower Cam, again, things are very pleasant. So this is your time now to head to the grocery store and get some of that shopping done ahead of the big event that'll likely limit our travel over the weekend. But now let's talk about what's on the way. We'll start the clock at 6 a.m. on Friday, and you'll notice we'll likely have some rain showers across our region. That will be the leading edge of that Arctic air moving across the region. And as we advance the map, you start to see the pinks moving in and developing across South Arkansas and North Louisiana. That colder air will filter in, and as it mixes with the moisture, that's when we'll start to see a wintry mix. And you'll notice we'll have wintry weather overnight as well from Friday into Saturday, and then it continues throughout the day Saturday. And it's not just the ArkLaMiss, it's areas south of us across central Louisiana and even across southern portions of the state. So millions of people will be dealing with the threat for wintry weather. And we're still talking about that as we head toward 5 p.m. But we will notice a transition from freezing rain and sleet on Saturday and Sunday to snow by the time we get to Monday. And as we look at that, again, we're looking at the snow eventually taking over. So wintry weather will be with us for sure. So as we talk about some things we want you to know, we'll answer the first question. Will we see wintry weather? That's a yes. We will see wintry weather here in the ArkLaMiss. What will we experience? We're looking at freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So we'll get a mix of everything. And the timing, that's the biggest update. We're looking at the timing of this event stretching from late Friday through Saturday and Sunday and all the way into Monday. So we will have multiple days with wintry weather and also temperatures that will be below freezing. And that part will make it tough for anyone if they have any outdoor piping or if you are concerned about freezing pipes in your home, that will be a risk as we head throughout the weekend. So here's a look at Friday morning, 7 a.m. We see temperatures generally in the 40s at this point, but as we head throughout the day, that Arctic air moves in, temperatures lower throughout the day, and as we head towards Saturday morning, many of us will start out in the teens and 20s, and at this time, we still will have falling precipitation, so we'll likely see freezing rain and sleet and even snow mixing in, and again, that'll continue as we head through Saturday afternoon. You'll notice temperatures struggling to reach into the upper teens and low 20s at that time. That Arctic air will be in place. And then as we head towards Sunday, we're still talking about brutal cold impacting us. So whether or not we see wintry weather, we will definitely see the cold air, and that will have a major impact on us in itself. And as we head towards Sunday and even into Monday, we're still talking about temperatures below freezing. So you can see from here, we will go multiple days with the temperatures below freezing, and that will cause issues for a lot of us. And then as we head toward Tuesday, we could see even colder air. The last bits of the Arctic air try to move in. Now, this is one forecast, so I want to present that and know that the forecast could change, but we're talking about potentially single-digit temperatures on the way for the start of Tuesday. Some extremely cold air for us. We don't typically see this type of air here in the ArkLaMiss, but this is what we're watching out for as we head toward the weekend and next week. Now, in terms of tonight, we'll see clouds moving in. We're not expecting wintry weather just yet. Actually, I'll go back to that graphic. We're not expecting wintry weather to move in just yet, but we are expecting rain for tomorrow. We'll see it arriving as we head towards 7 and 8 a.m. So as many of you are heading out to school and work, we're expecting rain showers to be out there. We're not expecting any severe weather, but we could get some heavy downpours impacting us on occasion. But as we think about school, No issues for us this week, but some of us may be out of school early next week because of the threat of wintry weather. Here's a look at how much rain could fall through 7 a.m. On Thursday. We have not shown you rain or at least snowfall forecasts for the weekend or even ice forecast for the weekend. We're going to save that for 10 p.m. tonight, so make sure to tune in to KNOE for that. Again, we don't want to show you those numbers too early because they'll likely change since we're still several days away from the event. But we will show you the potential for how much we can see in terms of ice and snow at 10 o'clock tonight. In terms of the forecast for tonight, we'll see temperatures down to about 42 degrees. And a quick look at the 7-day shows that we have a lot of wintry weather on the way this weekend, and that extends into early next week as well. Again, one of our models, we're showing temperatures in the single digits Tuesday morning. Right now, we're forecasting the low of 17, but we will update that number as we need to. But the big story is that we will go through several days with wintry weather out there. And so we want you to take all the necessary precautions, do everything you can to stay on top of the forecast.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's especially important because, I mean, I made this mistake this morning. I hear wintry weather and I immediately think snow and fun and sledding. But this kind of weather, especially for our area, can be, I mean, a little dangerous depending on how severe or impactful this winter storm may be.
Yeah, no, I've spoken with a few of our colleagues who haven't had a chance to even drive in wintry weather, and that's a big worry for them, thinking about driving on ice or snow. And I feel like a lot of people here in the ArkLaMiss, they don't do that normally. I'm originally from suburban Chicago, so I have experience driving in wintry weather. But even when it's icy, it can get very dangerous for even the most experienced driver. So,
absolutely.
Travel will be an issue. If you have any flights that are scheduled to fly out this weekend or early next week, they'll likely be canceled or delayed at the very least, but canceled more likely than not. And so travel will be tough. That'll be a big issue, and moving around ArkLaMiss in general.
Yeah, absolutely. As a native Louisianian, I mean, the last time we saw this was in 2022, I believe. I tried to drive during that storm, and I drove into a ditch. So
oh, no.
Don't recommend that.
We don't want that. And it's also tough, too, because when we have this inclement weather, and then you get stranded or something, it's just as tough for first responders to get to you to help you out. So I'm encouraging people, now that we know that this is likely to be a big event for us, if you don't have to travel, don't travel. Just protect yourself and stay at home.
Absolutely. And there are a lot of agencies that are listing things to help, things to gather, to be prepared. And there is a marshal safety that I'm going to read to you guys as well, because with the cold, we want to do our best to stay warm, but we need to stay warm safely. So the State Fire Marshal's Office wants to remind you of some safety tips during these cold temperatures. They say to keep space heaters 3 to 5 feet away from objects like blankets. Do not use your stove or oven to heat your home. Be mindful of how full your fireplace may be, and to have a working smoke alarm in your home. If you need one installed, be sure to call your local fire department. And I recommend making that call hopefully before this weekend when we could see that icy weather, and you will be pulling out the generators or the space heaters, things like that. So really just stay vigilant, stay aware, keep up with Marcus and all of his forecasts. And again, you can do that with our KNOE weather app. You can download that for free in the App Store. But we are going to go to a quick break. But after this, we are going to be talking about some political news that we've seen in our area lately. So stay with us. I'll be right back.